Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the marriage show. Marry as if this is your last love story. I'm your excited host, Baba. In the last episode, each potential couple had closer, more in-depth conversations where they got to know each other's lives and principles even more. The couples were Jamal with Esma and Hassan with Atiqa. I said were because at the end of the episode, the male contestants decided to switch their female prospects. Jamal will now talk to Atiqa and Hassan now with Esma. Esma and Atiqa both agreed. And that is perfectly okay. Now we will repeat the Getting Closer segment in this episode. How will the conversations go with a different companion? Will we have a chance to witness an unexpected chemistry between them? Well, I can't say anything other than Inshallah. Tonight, Hassan and Esma will be in the library while Jamal and Atiqa will be in the kitchen. Let's enter the library first, shall we? Oh, there are some books piled up on a table near the chairs. Maybe my assistants chose to leave it for the contestants. That is what ninjas do after all. The rest of the room is clean, though. Good thinking. Now, please welcome Hassan and Esma.
Assalamu alaikum, host Baba.
Wa alaikum assalam. Please take a seat.
It feels so good to be here again.
Do you like it, Miss Esma?
Yes, I really do. It's been a while since the last time I've been to a library.
I'm glad you do like this room.
There are so many books I haven't seen in this bookcase. May I pick some, host Baba?
Of course.
Oh, that fantasy novel is still here.
I think my housekeepers left it here, so you can pick it up again later.
What novel? Oh, I know this author. I love her romance novels.
You know her too? Great. I read her debut fantasy novel once, and it was fantastic.
Now, let's go to the kitchen. I can smell something sweet here, like toast and some dairy. Maybe one of my housekeepers was hungry and decided to cook a quick meal here. Good thing they still kept the room clean. Hunger aside, please welcome Jamal and Atiqa.
Assalamu alaikum, host Baba.
Wa alaikum assalam. Please have a seat.
Mashallah. Now this room makes me hungry.
Please don't tell me you didn't have dinner before coming here.
Just a quick one. Drive-through. What can I say? I'm a busy man.
You're not the only busy one here, sir.
Don't worry, everyone. My housekeepers will gladly cook you some snacks if you're hungry.
Nice. I'd like a plate of French fries with hot sauce.
Oh, I'd like some too.
I thought you already had dinner, Miss Businesswoman.
I thought you'd have some manners. Do you want me to just watch you eat while you do nothing?
No. Actually, I'd like to give some of my fries to you. As a sign of gratitude for having you with me.
You wish.
It's time to let them talk while I put in their order. I will let my housekeepers bring their order. And I didn't even say ninjas this time, or the previous time. Now, I will let the fans vote on which couple we should listen to first. What do you think, folks?
Host Baba! I want to see how Jamel and Atika's session is going.
I prefer to see Hassan and Esma talking in the library. They both love reading, right?
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see them sharing thoughts about books together.
Let us see how things are going in the library. What are Esma and Hassan talking about right now?
I have read quite a lot of novels and short stories in magazines, but I haven't read that one yet.
Do you want to read it now? It's the latest edition of this title.
I want to, but shouldn't we talk about each other instead of discussing books?
I know, but we still have plenty of time. It won't hurt to just look at a book. Here you go.
Thank you, Mr. Hassan. Whoa! This is...
Amazing, right?
Yes, the artwork makes me wonder about the world building. It's so detailed. I'm already intrigued by the prologue alone.
The prologue is one of the parts the author had revision on. It's different from the old edition.
I see. I want to read more, but I think I should stop for now.
I hope you can find a copy at a bookstore with a discount, since it can be pretty pricey. Or maybe I should just gift you a copy.
You said you read the author's romance novel, right? The fantasy romance one? I've read that one at a library.
Oh yeah, it has a rather simple fantasy setting, but the romance, I still remember how sweet it was.
It was rather bittersweet to me. The human and the fairy couldn't stay together, no matter how deep their love was.
But in the end, the man met the fairy again in the real world, as a human lady, that is. So they were finally happy together.
I love that part, but I still feel sad with the separation. It was a struggle for them to say goodbye. It's so heartbreaking, it made me cry.
I feel that. The way it was written is so brilliant. We could feel how hard the man and the fairy tried to stand by each other's side, even when they were hurting.
That's why I love this author. She's one of many novelists and poets who have inspired me to write.
Wait, do you also write poems?
Not really. But I tend to write a few poetic lines between some paragraphs in my story.
Seems like you will become my new favorite author soon.
Oh, please don't flatter me like that. I'm nobody compared to those big authors.
But you're still an author with published books. I tried to write once and I knew it's no easy business. You're doing great, Esma.
Really?
I'll buy your book after tonight's show and read them right away to prove myself right.
Thank you. Please don't hesitate to give me any feedback about them. I mean, if the story's underwhelming or the characters are boring, tell me. I've received that kind of feedback lately from a literature community. It made me feel uneasy at first, but now I have to admit they're right.
Oh, don't be so harsh to yourself, Esma. People can have all kinds of opinions, but it's still your work. You wrote it with your heart. You should be proud of it.
Maybe it's boring because I wrote it straight from my heart.
What do you mean?
I just wrote stories about simple lovers who then get married and have children together. I put some conflicts here and there, but that's it. That kind of story comforts me. It's a sort of wish fulfillment for me. But I realized not everyone would enjoy it.
Wish fulfillment?
Yes. How should I put this? The thing is, I've wanted to be married to someone for quite a long time. Yet, it's hard to find a trustworthy man. The one my father introduced to me didn't seem to care about me when we talked. Then there was another one, an ex-classmate who confessed to me. I liked him. I wanted to accept him. But when I told him to meet my parents, he never came. He left me without saying anything. Since then, I spend my time writing about a life I don't have. My apology. I shouldn't talk bad about others while crying in front of you. May Allah forgive me.
No. It's alright. Do you need a tissue?
I think so. Thank you.
It's not a bad thing to write something that is near and dear to your heart. You are relieved by writing them, and that's all that matters. It's also not your fault those men didn't appreciate you enough. I can say soulmate is a tricky thing to put our luck on. Nobody knows when we will meet the one, other than Allah. To be honest, if Allah had decided that I will spend the rest of my life alone, I'd just accept it at this point.
Why is that?
That's quite a long story.
Oh, okay. You don't need to tell me if you don't want to.
No, it's fine. You have shared your story, so it's my turn to share mine. In short, I had my heart broken at least twice. I got rejected by my crush many years ago. Then, just a few months ago, I had another crush. She seemed to be interested in me and we started to chat a lot. She likes movies like I do. We talked for a couple of weeks. Then I asked her to involve our families together. My hopes for her were so high. Next day, she decided to stop talking to me.
She left you hanging?
No, in fact, she told me beforehand. She said that I'm too busy with my own life, like my business and my family, and I barely have time for her. And she also said it was too soon for me to see her family, so... Oh, I almost forgot. I heard that she has a boyfriend. Let's go. I just don't understand. Why would Allah make me feel for someone if we won't end up together?
I'm sorry to hear that, Hassan.
Maybe I should start writing my heartbreak story as a novel, like you did. It just won't be as expertly written.
Try it. You don't have to make it professional. Just writing it down would be enough. I'm sure Allah will bring you to the right one at the right time.
Well, I guess so.
You deserve someone better.
I know. And I think Allah has an answer me already. Right here.
Why do you think so?
I believe you can be a good partner for me. You have a gentle heart and you make me feel safe.
I feel the same way about you.
Shall we write our story together someday?
Sure, maybe after we start our true story.
We are already in it now, Esma.
Can you see them? They made your heart swoon, didn't they? MashaAllah, what a beautiful moment they had. We may need a break from such sweetness with a commercial break. Stay tuned, dear listeners. Welcome back to the Marriage Show. Marry as if this is your last love story. Now, it's time for Jamal and Atika's moment. Let's see how it goes.
Alhamdulillah. Who knew I could have a second dinner on set? The French fries were so delish.
I agree, although just tomato ketchup didn't really do it for me. I usually would use a spicier dip for French fries like chili.
You were saying earlier that you make your own chili sauce.
Yes, when I have the time.
Of course you wouldn't have time to cook for yourself.
Don't underestimate me. I know how to cook. I like to try cooking new recipes. I just don't always have enough time and energy for that.
Do you remember the last dish you cooked?
Yes, it was. Oh, chicken soup. Or was it shrimp sauté? Yes, shrimp sauté. I made it for a business trip last month.
Last month, sure.
What about you? Have you ever cooked something in your life?
Barely. Combining different ingredients with different tools just to eat something makes my brain explode.
Then you should pay respect to those who can cook.
I do. I admire women who can cook better. I dream of being a happy husband who would enjoy his wife's homemade dishes.
I get it. All you want is to be served by a woman. Classic.
Not serving like a housemaid, don't get me wrong. I do all my best for my wife. But is it wrong of me to want some reward after all of my hard work?
There's nothing wrong with that, but
Is it bad of me to want someone better than myself to be my partner?
no. But you can't always expect someone to just complete you or do something you want.
And why is that?
You'll be disappointed easily that way.
Not if I discuss with them first about what we want from each other. A relationship is all about understanding, isn't it?
That won't always work.
It will work, if you know how to negotiate. It always works with my family, my friends, my work colleagues, my clients.
Well, good for you then, but keep in mind not everyone is as lucky and sociable as you are.
Lucky. You said I'm lucky? Do you really think that I got my social skills from nowhere? Do you think I've been through all of these without having rejection, disappointment, or humiliation in my life?
No, that's not what I...
My father didn't listen to my advice when I just entered college. Then he got his business closed down. I tried to tell my mother and siblings to keep things together, but they just didn't listen, until I found a better way to discuss with them. I had to learn it because I'm the first son. I am the backbone of my family. I have a huge responsibility for them. Also, it may be easy for me to make strangers trust me, but my close friends, despite being fun and supportive around me, it's often hard for them to take my words seriously. They tend to say I'm lying or joking when I actually mean what I say. Is it because it's too easy for me to spit out words?
Well, probably. It doesn't hurt to mind your words more carefully.
Maybe that was the reason why most women I knew saw me as no more than a flirt. Even some of them accused me of being a player, hopping from one woman to another. Well, that was never the case. Still, a part of my reputation since college got ruined for something that I've never done, and someone I loved back then left me because of it.
Do you mind if I give you a little advice?
As long as it doesn't sound stupid. Go ahead.
Maybe you can try to be more honest. Not just to those who are close to you, but also to yourself. Though, I understand that's easier said than done.
I'll try. It worked for my family situation.
Other than that, I'm sorry for what happened to you, Jamal.
Thanks. But you don't need to pity me. I have moved on, after all. And you know what? You're right. I shouldn't be overly proud of my current life. Family, friends, job. I could lose them any time.
Does that mean you want to learn to cook?
Ugh, that'd be a struggle. But sure, why not? It's for my own good.
Great.
My mother or my sister would help me, for sure.
Good. At least you have your family around to help.
You also used to cook with your family, didn't you?
Yes, until my parents got divorced.
Oh.
According to the court, my siblings and I had to live under my father's care, while my mother had moved out and remarried. We'd still meet her on Eid, but that's it. Since the divorce, I had to do everything by myself, finding multiple jobs, helping my father and my siblings.
I see. Is that why you're, never mind.
It's okay. Ask away.
No, it may sound insensitive to you.
You wanted to ask why I'm still unmarried in my 30s, didn't you?
Well?
It's fine. I appreciate that you've become more considerate of my feelings, but really, your comments since day one weren't the worst I've ever heard. It's true. My parents' separation made me more wary about marriage or relationships in general. When a man comes and shows his interest in me, I want him to take me seriously. But that's also the reason men around me become more intimidated by me.
Yeah, I forgot that men can be so insecure about being paired with a woman who is smarter than them. While I understand the sentiment, at the same time I think it's just pathetic. Anyway, I'm still serious about that spicy food challenge.
Do you really want to challenge me with the spices?
Yes, I can try to cook some spice, and I will show it to you and your old man.
No, you don't need to. I'll cook for us.
I'd love to see you do so, but if you need my opinion, maybe you should take a break for a while. Being self-sufficient is great, but when someone is offering genuine help for you, accept it for once.
Well, I'm just not really used to it, but okay, thanks.
I also want to prove that I can do something I thought impossible.
What if your cooking turns out to be a disaster, though?
Then we will taste the disaster together.
Promise me?
I'm a man of my word, Attica.
Subhanallah, I didn't expect their banter to turn out this way. And it looks like we're about to enter the decision-making segment once again. How excited are you for this, dear listeners?
Yeah!
I'm so glad we share the same enthusiasm. But before we move on, we'd like to ask our honorable guests again about today's talking session. I hope you're having a pleasant night, gentlemen. Now, what do you think about your daughter's session with a new companion?
I'm relieved. Thanks to Allah, Attica seems to have found someone who can match her energy. I can see that Jamal is a reliable gentleman. About Attica's feelings, I understand completely how my divorce affected her, and I wish I could have done better for her.
I feel the same way about how Ismador revealed the reasons behind her writings. I'm glad she found comfort with Hassan, and I think he is trustworthy enough.
MashaAllah. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. We will see you again in the next episode. Now, let us go back to our 4 beloved contestants. I hope everyone had a good time in tonight's show, because it's time for another segment of Decision. The male contestants will once again pick one of the 3 choices. Continue to talk with your current companion. Take someone as your spouse to be, or talk to another contestant. So, which one of you, Jamal or Hassan, wants to make a choice tonight? If nobody is ready yet, it's okay. I will give you more time.
Me, host Baba.
Hassan, Bismillah.
I think I have made up my mind.
Great. And what is your decision?
I want to marry Isma.
Whoa, really?
Yes, I believe Allah allowed me to meet her for a reason. I realized my heart has been fixated on her since the beginning, as have my duas. Spending more time with her made my day better and made me more grateful. And I hope to do the same for her for as long as I live.
Subhanallah. How wonderful.
How sweet.
Hassan, are you sure?
Inshallah.
hold on. We can't fix your choice yet. We need to hear the other's decision. So, what will you say, Jamal?
I think I need time to think more about my options.
All right then. We still need to wait for Jamal's decision to continue. So there you have it, my dear listeners. Tonight's episode will end with these cliffhangers. What segment will we see in the next episode? Who knows? Until then, don't forget to like and share The Marriage Show from wherever you're tuned in. And last but not least, remember our motto. Oh, the fans usually say the motto, but they might be in shock. Marry as if this is your last love story. Stay safe and stay on the cliff, everyone. Wassalamu alaikum. Thank you for listening to The Marriage Show. We truly hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to everyone who helped launch this. And a special thanks to our producer, Omar Mir, and our associate producers, Safia Ravat, Omar Minhas, Omar Sarwar, Sidra Beg, and Rakshanda Tariq, as well as our crew, writers Kiara and Wasik, artists Z and A, sound engineer Anna, and last but not least, our cast. Tasmin as Atika, Selti as Esma, Who Knows Who as Hassan, Cho Kerolino as Jamal, Satella as Fan 1, Rainbow as Fan 2, Milton Luo as Atika's father and Fan 3, Ron Malkowski as Esma's father, and yours truly, Wasik Muhammad as Host Baba.